Well, greetings and welcome to another live update from the Sovereign Lounge. We have your host, Round the World Man and Yamin Fauzi, to bring you a major information drop from the Republic of Argentina. We have the famous chainsaw-wielding president of Argentina who has just seemed to have initiated a major shakeup in the world of investment migration. Now, as we've discussed previously on the Sovereign Lounge, we know that Malta's CBI program is essentially in jeopardy. But with this new announcement from the Republic of Argentina and the Javier Milei administration, it seems that there might be another player entering the citizenship by investment space. Now, Yamin, let's go ahead and dive right in. I'd like to hear your comments and analysis on this new update.
Yeah, so this is actually very breaking news. We just got it yesterday evening. I saw the first tweets popping up. So here is the article from IMI Daily that Argentina is now planning a 500,000 citizenship by investment program. So according to some government sources in Argentina, they are now creating an agency that is tasked to offering citizenship to foreigners who invest at least 500,000 in qualifying projects within the country. So yeah, this is a big deal actually, because Argentina is probably what I would say the absolute dream textbook CBI program, especially at this price point. And yeah, so I mean, if they are now having a dedicated agency building up to this, so there's something brewing up. And yeah, we don't really have much information as of now, except that they are building the agency. You know, we don't know if it's happening in the next couple of months, if it's happening in the next couple of years. They're brewing something. And also, I believe, as something is pointed out, Argentina needs some foreign direct investment. And a CBI is a fantastic tool to attract investment into the country. You know, as Christian has here pointed it out, you know, Argentina could raise 2.5 billion per year by selling citizenship. It would be the second most valuable citizenship on the market immediately, creating a tier of its own. And Christian already made this, prediction back in 2023. You know, where he was talking about this. You know, so the Argentina CBI is not something that is, if you're an industry insider, then you know this has been talked about quite a couple of years. Especially when Javier Milei became president back, I think, in late 2023. Forgive me if I'm wrong, because I haven't looked up too much, but I think it was by the end of 2023.
Yes, December 2023. December.
2023, yes.
Yeah, December 23 is when the election was, and then he took office shortly thereafter. That's correct.
Correct, yeah. So, back then in end of 2023, people were like, okay, well, because he's such a pro-economic person, you know, like he's a self-proclaimed libertarian, people were saying, okay, well, probably there's going to be some sort of CBI in Argentina maybe happening, or maybe an RBI program as well. And so now this has some more concrete footsteps, I would say, or first groundwork laid on. It would be a game changer, to be honest, in the entire industry. So as you can see,
I want to pause you here for a moment.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
And I want to mention a couple things that stand out in my mind, and that is this, of course, first for all of our valued viewers here in the Sovereign Lounge, this is still kind of like a new update that was just released within less than 24 hours ago. So we're still kind of in the realm of speculation about what's actually happening and what will happen. I haven't seen an official comunicado from the actual, presidential administration just yet, or Casa Rosado. We're kind of sourcing tn.com.ar right now. We're also sourcing the IMI Daily article, which sources TN. We're still going to have to dig deeper into this. But regarding Latin America, or LATAM, I want to put some of my own analysis on this right now, and I'd like to get your commentary in response to that. As far as LATAM goes, really right now, what I see as major, you know, major change here is the fact that El Salvador, which is of course the smallest country by land area in all of the Americas, that's not an island nation, of course. It's the smallest country by land area. It essentially has $1 million CBI program. If I understand their program, it's about $1 million US to gain El Salvador citizenship. Now, of course, they do have a separate program where they'll give it to you for free if you are, of a specific trade or profession or whatnot. But that being said, as far as by investment goes, $1 million is quite a lofty price tag, even in the investment migration space, in my opinion. And of course, like I just said a moment ago, El Salvador, by land area, if you care about these details, is the smallest land area country in the Americas. Now, they do have some of these benefits like, Bitcoin as legal tender, stuff like this. It's also a dollarized economy as well. But Argentina, of course, is one of the largest countries by land area in the entire world. By many measurements, it's the 8th largest country in the world. And despite their chainsaw-wielding president, who I'm a huge fan of, I got to say that a $500,000 price tag, if this actually goes through and this ends up being a thing, seeing all the mineral rights, all the mineral options, whether that's rare earth metals, maybe that's natural gas or oil related stuff. I mean, it just seems like it's a major shakeup. Can you comment, Yamin, on this kind of A/B comparison, just looking at El Salvador versus Argentina, and a much bigger territory for potentially half the price? What's your thoughts?
Well, that's a very good question that you pointed out, because I was immediately thinking about El Salvador as well once this rumor coming up with the new agency or dedicated agencies coming up. So yeah, 1 million price tag and 500,000 for Argentina is not comparable at all, to be honest. In the sense that I believe that if Argentina actually comes with a CBI, with the price tag of 500,000, it will force El Salvador to lower the price tag, because it's not competitive in that realm. You have, if when you look at Latin America, a lot of things are kind of, I would say, dysfunctional in a certain way. I think we're going to leave this part later on to get a little bit more details. But in comparison, El Salvador and Argentina, the price tag is not competitive for El Salvador, to request this price, especially considering that it's more of a donation rather than an investment, because with this news that we have here now, so they want to attract investment into certain local or respective domestic projects in Argentina. So this means that it's actually an investment that you get return on, and perhaps, if it's even similar in the sense like Turkey, where you can buy real estate, hold it for a couple of years and then sell it off, it's much more beneficial for anyone who's looking for Latin America. And I just quickly want to show up this graph also regarding two graphs actually regarding the passport strength. Just by numbers, it's much with Argentina you have a lot more visa-free countries that you can travel to, even like in the Caribbean. You see here, with an Argentina citizen, you can go to certain Caribbean countries without the visa, which you cannot. Certain African countries, we can always talk about what we actually need. But still, it's a significant number, a 30 countries difference. And then also what El Salvador doesn't have is, if you look at this page, the visa requirements map, is that they have the freedom of movement. So Argentina is part of Mercosur, which is a settlement bloc similar to what Schengen is in Europe. So Argentina citizens, they can live in Paraguay, they can live in Uruguay, in Brazil, etc., as part of this Mercosur agreement. El Salvador doesn't have this, strength. So, I think an Argentina CBI program will shake up many things in this industry. I really hope it will come through in the next, I don't know, maybe months, perhaps it will take maybe another year or two until it comes to fruition. Maybe it even will, stir up some competition within the Southern Cone. So maybe Paraguay will release a CBI, or Uruguay. Paraguay already has an RBI program, the SUASI program. It would be very interesting, to see more competition in Latin America, especially with such a strong passport and such a great country profile.
Well, yeah, I mean, I appreciate your commentary there. It's well taken from me, and I do want to give full credit to President Bukele of El Salvador, because he's really changed that country's kind of demographics, safety profile, the economic profile. So, I mean, my hat is off to President Bukele for sure. I mean, I really, I got to say that although I haven't been on the ground in El Salvador, from what I've been seeing online and reports, I got to say that he's doing great work. And of course, my hat is also off to guys like Max Kaiser, who have done fantastic work with the Bukele administration to kind of whether it's from the economic perspective of Bitcoin, or just marketing perspective. I give him a lot of credit, but I really got to say that I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in Argentina with this program, because I do think that this is something that's been missing from their playbook in the Southern Cone there, definitely from Argentina's playbook for, well, basically forever and for too long. And I'm really excited to see it. So, Yamin, any final thoughts from you on this brewing development in the Republic of Argentina? Any final thoughts?
Well, if Argentina is going to sell their passports, I will give my bet it will be one of the best-selling CBI products ever, perhaps even at this price point.
Yeah, I absolutely concur, and I do think that we're going to have to dive deeper into this as more information gets announced. But I 100% agree with you. It's an extremely high-ranking passport in the present day, just never actually been officially, quote, for sale. This will be a major game changer if and when this goes through. We'll have to review those details at that time. Well, Yamin, thanks again for taking time out of your schedule for the Sovereign Lounge today. I appreciate you. Stay tuned, everybody, on this topic. We'll bring you more updates in the future. We are your hosts, Around the World Man and Yamin Fauzi. Thank you for joining the Sovereign Lounge. See you next time.
Thank you, and see you.